Okay, so in chapter 14, we're going to now kind of get out of the idea of right triangle trig and just discuss trig overall. So what we're going to start with is this area of a triangle idea and law of sine. So now we're going to use just trig in general, angles and sides of triangles to solve problems. And the law of sines is one of the first things that we're going to start with. So right here we're looking at right triangle trig, and we're going to discuss how we could use this to, and there's a lot of stuff here, but we're going to talk about how I can find the area of a triangle using trig, but it's still 1/2 base times height, so on and so forth. So let's just get going with this, because sometimes actually doing and talking are seeing it is a lot easier than me discussing it. So I have this triangle here, and we know that the area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 base times height. Okay? So if I'm looking at this angle right here, okay, then that means that sine of angle C is equal to the height of the triangle over this side, right? This is the opposite, and this is the hypotenuse. Or what I'm doing here is I'm saying, okay, if I have sine of C is equal to the height over side A, I can solve, multiply both sides by A, and say that the height is equal to side A times sine of the angle. So what I do is I take this term, and because they're the same, I actually just substitute it in for h. So I have another formula for area of a triangle, which allows me to take 1/2 side A times side B times sine of C. Okay? So this is a new area equation where we don't have to worry about the height of the triangle. We use just our sine function and two side lengths. We're good, we got it. And so you no longer have to draw an altitude and try and find the actual height. So notice here, this was the angle, and these were the two sides. So if you think in terms of geometry, we have side, angle, side. So when you have a triangle that's got side, angle, side, you can, this information's given, you can go ahead and find the area. Go ahead, and here's the formula, and then I have a problem. So it's side times sine of the included angle, so the angle between those two guys. So we'll draw a picture. So we have two sides of a triangle that have lengths of 7 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So I'm just going to draw a triangle. So this would be 7 centimeters, this would be 4 centimeters, and the angle between them is 73 degrees. And I'll just connect these guys. And I want to find the area of the triangle. Well, I know K is what we use for area, so K is going to equal 1/2 side times the other side times sine of the angle. And once I get the formula, I just go ahead and plug it into my trusty old calculator, and I make sure that I'm in degrees, because if I'm not in degrees, that's going to cause it to be a completely different answer. I don't tell you how to round. We should get a decimal value. Let's round to the nearest hundredth. And so that's 2 decimal places. For those of you who forget, if I round to the 10th, 100th, whatever, 100 has 2 zeros. How many decimal spots? 2 zeros. So if I said thousands, that's 3 zeros. So I would have 3 decimals. Okay? So that's how I can help myself with the rounding and making sure that I know how many decimal places I need to write down. Okay, so that's an example for area of the triangle. We derived or came up with the equation. You got to remember the equation, because on your quizzes, I know you know geometric methods, but I want you to show me that you know the trig method for solving the area of a triangle.